She tried to end up getting back with a nice guy that she dumped years ago, but he wasn't having any of it. Today, we've got women doing their best to beg their way back into relationships with their previous partners. Let's get into it.
I let him know out loud, like I criticized everything that he did and told him how it should have been done better. And perfection was the standard that I held for him. So nothing was ever good enough because I was comparing me and him. And I had this self-righteous view of myself that I knew the way and my way was better. And nothing he ever did was enough. And eventually it created a man that was apathetic, that was resigned to not do anything. Why should he show up? If I'm gonna redo it, or if I'm gonna do it better, or if he's gonna get criticized, why should he show up? And then that caused further division in our relationship because he would say that he was gonna do something and then just not. And it created this big void in respect. And where I got it wrong in the respect category was I was waiting for him to show up as perfect in order for me to begin to respect him. I didn't ever respect his effort. I didn't ever respect the progress. I didn't respect anything.
Girl, by smiling ear to ear, it's just, you seem thrilled to have done it. I mean, you crushed his heart, ruined his relationship, yours too, and are smiling about it on social media of all things? Like it's an achievement. Do I really need to tell you who the bad guy here is? It's clear.
This got evicted. I don't have nowhere to
That's
go.
not my problem, bro. You can find you somewhere else to go.
Move in. I done brought all my shit.
My son could come, but you can't come.
I'm definitely coming. Are you kidding me?
Go to your man's house.
What the fuck is you doing me like this? You acting like you don't know who I am. I done brought all my shit over here.
You got bags and shit, pillows. I don't give a fuck about that.
Here.
Hey, take your ass to the Salvation Army.
I don't have nowhere to go.
Go to the shelter. Go somewhere, but you can't be here. Get off my step. What the?
And now what if I sleep on this step?
Hey, that's your problem. You better call your man.
I'm not going nowhere.
No. Hey, that's not my problem, bro. No. Yes, bye.
What?
Well, it kind of looks like women do need men after all, and men need women. So, I mean, like, he's a real G for saying that his son just can stay with him, all right? I mean, like, there's not a lot of people who would do that kind of thing, but he's definitely a good father and has my respect. But, ma'am, you just do not belong there. I mean, you just gotta leave the man alone and just go beg somewhere else.
I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side. Like, who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly, I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him like, oh, I like you a lot. I love you, but like something's just missing. And I didn't know what it was, and this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos. No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic, toxic man when he just wasn't that. And that's all I had ever been used to. You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant guy. Emotionally unavailable, everything. Okay, I had not healed from that. Not enough to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. Growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well. So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men back to back to back. That brings me to my next point. For a while, what I felt like the relationship was lacking was him being a true leader. He would defer to me to make a lot of decisions because he felt like I was more intelligent than him. He would want me to like plan stuff. He would want me to just like make a lot of choices that I felt like the man should make. And I just didn't want to do that. I wanted like a leader in the way that I saw leader, how I viewed it. But like, knowing that he has weaknesses and that I have strengths, and then deferring to me where he's weak and letting him take the reins where he's strong is leadership. Like, okay, he could lead when it comes to protecting and providing and whatever, but he may have needed help with planning and stuff that he's not so good at. But I just couldn't see that at the time because I was dumb. I thought I needed 10 out of 10 boxes checked. But relationships are not found, they are built. Soulmates are built. Boxes can be built. If the person is at 7 or 8 and the last 2 need some work, you can meet them halfway. They can meet you halfway. Adjustments can be made. You don't have to break up. So though he had 8 of my 10 boxes, I was still too traumatized to accept him. I couldn't regulate my own nervous system fully yet. I had gotten to that point at 25 and met a very abusive man at 26, and I lost all my progress. So I still needed chaos, and I ruined it. The next guy I dated after that ended up being another avoidant who was emotionally unavailable and ended up breaking my heart worse than anybody else I'd ever experienced in my entire life. So I got my karma pretty fast, I guess. Let this be a lesson. If you've met someone who's good, they protect you well, they show up, they love you, but you feel like something's missing or something feels off or whatever the case may be, or it feels boring, make sure that something is not just the trauma that you're used to. Make sure that, you know, you have healed enough to even receive what they're offering you. You don't need a perfect man. You just need a man that checks enough boxes that you can work with the rest. Anyway, that angel wasn't even on social media like that, so he'll probably never see this, but still, if you do see this, I hope you're doing great.
Wait, what? Just because that he was letting you make the decisions in a relationship doesn't mean he wasn't leading as a man. He was just giving you the respect that you clearly didn't deserve. So, I don't know. I mean, if that's not clear, I don't know what is, but you just got to stop blaming it on past traumas. 100% you did this to yourself, and hopefully you learned your lesson.
My mum cheated on my dad with the priest we saw every Sunday. She left my dad thinking he would give up priesthood for her. He holy ghosted her after his time at our church.
Holy ghosted her. Even the priest wasn't about it.
Yeah, the priest said, nah. Lord first.
You know what I'm on.
Yeah. I would make the worst priest. This confessional thing, when I'm sat there reading my book.
Glasses on.
Glasses on, and I'm just head down waiting, and she comes in, and she's like, forgive me, Daddy. Yes, sir.
Papa, I need to confess.
Yeah, Daddy, I need to confess my sins.
I will slide open that window, and I'll look at her. Talk to me. I'm going to slide open.
Talk slow.
Talk slow.
Yeah, so I understand.
Sensual.
Yeah, so
You
I
know, it takes me
understand
a minute.
how many Hail Marys we talking. Yeah.
Because if it's 7, I'm coming over there.
Yeah.
Thinking he would leave God to be with you, that's just crazy work. I mean, she ruined her family and her relationship with her son just to be ghosted by another man at the end of the day. That's karma at its finest working.
I've been single my entire life. I'm going to be turning 42 in August, and I've never had anybody love me or desire me or want to be with me. And I have so much love that I feel like that is inside of me with nowhere to go because it can't transfer to friends or my family or my parents because it's something separate, it's something different. And I've gathered all of this love since I was in high school, and then it just sits there and it eats me alive sometimes. And I'm bringing this up, oh my gosh, I just slammed my hand off of that. Sorry, I'm bringing this up because I'm lonely and sad and the world is hard and horrible. And I was thinking this morning that like no one's laid next to me in bed. I've never had the comfort of someone's arms around me. When I've had difficult moments, I've gotten through them by myself most of the time. Now I have a beautiful family of brothers and my mother and my dad when he was alive, and I love them. I'm grateful for them. But there's something different about having somebody that's there for you, next to you, with you, and it's a different kind of loneliness if you've been single all of your life. And I know that there are people who get this. There are people who follow me that get this. But I was thinking about it in terms of just bigger worldly issues as well. The fear of the world and the difficulties that we are seeing. And again, this is minuscule on the level of what some people are facing, but it doesn't mean that it's nothing. And I have to figure out how to deal with these feelings. But the idea that, like, I don't go home and somebody's there to talk with and cook dinner with, and I have a roommate, but we do our own things. We have our own lives. And again, it's not the same. It's not the same. And I'm always told sometimes as a single person that it's not easier on the other side. And so I guess I just wanted to say to people who get this feeling that you're not alone, and I know that it's difficult, but I also know that there's a certain type of strength that has been developed that I have because of my experiences in my life that has led me to be able to do difficult things. And it's difficult being alone, and it's okay to feel lonely. And it's okay for it to feel hard and scary. So just know that you're not alone, and know that I see you and I'm there with you. And I'm still seeking to find ways to make it easier for myself. And I really, really do wish to make it easier for others. So if you're lonely, know that I'm sorry, and know that I'm sitting in the lonely with you. I hope you have a good day, everybody.
No amount of self-love, friendship love, or any type of love is going to make up for the lack of romantic love in your life. I mean, that's just a fact. Humans are social animals, and the whole idea of being alone and powerful is just an unnatural and depressing thing for both genders.
Being single in my late 20s, early 30s, I was not prepared for this. I feel like when I went out all the time in my early 20s, I was always meeting different guys out at the bar. There were just like so many different options. Now when I go out in like these past couple of years, probably starting around like 28, bar crowd age stays the same of like early 20s people, and I just get older. I was out this past weekend at a bar and I was just kind of looking around and I was like, oh no. I saw this group of guys and I was like, okay, well, they have to be 25. This group of guys right here. I asked them, I was like, how old are you guys? And they're like, we're 22. And I don't mind a younger man, but that is just like a little too young for me. So lately, I feel like I've been in this predicament of how do I meet single guys my age? And of course, there's the obvious answer, which is dating apps. But I've talked about this before. I honestly do not think I'm going to meet my person on a dating app. My number one reason is being a curvier, bigger girl. I get a lot of anxiety that I am not representing myself correctly. And the idea of meeting up with someone from an app literally makes me like, it feels like equivalent to jumping out of a plane.
Dating apps aren't that bad. It's definitely a personal preference, but I mean, if things are seeming scarce out there for you, maybe it's time to try it out.
Well, y'all, it seems like Tyrese's ex-wife, Samantha Lee, might be regretting her divorce from him. She recently sat down on the Hardly Initiated podcast, and when she was asked if she had a different circle of people around her, what she had went through with her divorce, and here's what she had to say.
If I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision, no.
Wow.
I wouldn't. And that's the truth.
You gotta watch who you're getting your advice from, yo.
This is true. This is true.
All her friends that was probably putting stuff in her ear probably didn't have half of what she had going on at that time.
And low-key hating.
And they wanted her to be at their level.
Exactly. Didn't have a man.
So let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that it makes a difference if someone publicly comes out and says that they regret or somehow thinks that maybe it could have worked differently?
Extreme vulnerability and that you are truly sorry about the way things played out.
But it also puts a lot of pressure and strain on the person, especially if they're in a relationship.
And Tyrese is in a relationship.
What if he has a little inkling of love still for his ex, like this?
He does, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay, but he's not gonna leave the person he's with just because this is happening. This puts a strain.
I think he might.
Because she kind of low-key said, come home.
You can't tear down something that he has right now.
Yeah.
Because somebody else, it didn't work. You can't do that. Like,
Samantha needs a hush.
He's in what he's in. Like, he can't just leave what he's built with this other person. Y'all crazy. Oh, God. And don't ever give me advice. You don't ever tell me. I won't need it. Baby, if you listen, I ain't listening to this. I don't
That's right, man.
I'm going to say stay with your wife. That's what I'm going to say.
I ain't never leaving. Never leaving. I ain't never going nowhere.
She'll be rocking BB and Stones if I let you go.
Well, you don't miss the water until the well runs dry, and that's just how that saying goes. I mean, she's clearly missing just those Hollywood perks, but the party's long over by this point. I mean, if you truly loved him, you wouldn't have left, and you would have tried to work on your relationship from the start. But regardless of the people around you telling you that things just weren't working out and just yapping in your ear.
Do you ever talk to women that have been through divorce, who have done this tricks, who have ruined individuals, who've ruined men, who've ruined their partners? 10, 15 years later, are they looking back on it like, yeah, that was a rough time? Or is it like, no, I've been right the entire time?
I do not talk to them often.
Okay.
There is one person in particular who went through a very nasty, ugly divorce. She alienated her 2 sons and 1 daughter from their father in the divorce, while she then went to law school to become a divorce lawyer herself. And 30 years later, she recognized how much damage she did to those children and now actually fights for fathers.
Wow, that's one way to turn your life around, that's for sure. I mean, girls need to realize that children suffer the most in any sort of divorce period. I mean, to have your whole life changed overnight at such a young age is just unfathomably brutal. I mean, I feel like parents should always try to make it work at least a dozen times over, if not double that, just for the sake of their children before making any harsh decision. I mean, just naturally.
Mrs. Rivera, I'm glad you're getting a divorce. Mrs. Rivera, I will say this to you. You're foolish. You had a good thing. As soon as it wasn't a perfect thing, it made you angry. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. You most certainly are not perfect. And the next guy you get is not going to be perfect. And unless you're willing to put up with a little bit of, they say for better or for worse for a reason. It's not going to be all lollipops and sunshine. And when it's not lollipops and sunshine for your husband, you at least give him a lollipop. You might not be able to make the sun shine, but you can give him a lollipop, and you didn't do it. You decided that your marriage was about you, for you, and because of you, and when he hit a rough patch, you were like, I'm sick of you. I'm tired of it. You're not a king and wonderful anymore because you're not doing everything I want to. You're no longer Mr. Perfect, and I have no obligation to give anything to you. That's tired and that's sad, and he's a good dude. Mr. Rivera, you were cold until you got on that motorcycle and rolled off like you didn't have a kid. At no point in time do you get to do that. As a mother, she can't just, well, I'm not going to work now, so my kid's not going to have anything to eat. You didn't have a right to do that. So, take care of your kids. Be a better person.
I love how the judge is knocking some sense into her just in front of the courtroom. A happy marriage is a two-way street, just every single time. I mean, you have to put continuous effort to make it work, and that's why it's called a lifelong commitment.
Healed and moved on and doesn't care about me, which I don't want him to come back into my life, but it still just sucks, I'm honestly really sad right now, if you can tell. That's like the weirdest thing about grief is like, didn't cry for 2 days, was good for 2 days, and now I'm by myself, and it's just like the hurricane, like it's here again, it's, the tsunami is back, like it's just so hard, and like I'm frustrated because I, my whole world got disheveled, and I feel like he has moved on, and he is healed and moved on and doesn't care about me, which I don't want him to come back into my life, but it still just sucks, I can't imagine, thank you guys for sharing stuff, like stories that you've gotten through this and it's been however many years, because I could not imagine that. I can't imagine being with someone for a really long time and going through this, Sorry if you could hear my cat literally playing in the background. I was only with him for 4.5 years, 1 year married. I could not imagine, though, being with him for longer and this happening, but it's just so sad sometimes, and it's like so hard to have to learn how to do life by yourself again. You don't have that person to call all the time or that best friend to go do things with. And that's what scares me. I've never truly been alone and worked on myself, and I'm terrified of it. Not me crying on the internet more, but I just want to share all of it, the good and the bad, so that I have this to look on a year from now and know that I did heal, but also to help anybody else who's going through heartbreak. Like, heartbreak sucks. It sucks so bad. You physically feel the pain, emotionally, mentally, everything. And again, I had 2 really, really good days, did not cry at all those 2 days. And then, as soon as I'm by myself, or as soon as, I do something or something triggers me, it just all comes flooding back. And like, it's just a lot. It's grief sucks. This whole thing sucks so bad. And I'm literally praying and thinking about anybody else going through a divorce or a really bad heartbreak, because this sucks.
If you want your parents to suffer from your absence, then you were always the problem. I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, like, and why should he care about her? I mean, loyalty is one of the most important things that men value, right? I feel like I'm not crazy saying that. And when your woman betrays that, you're done with them. That's it.
On behalf of all the independent girls worldwide, I'm here to say that we are tired. In fact, let me speak for myself. I am tired. I'm tired of worrying about my own hair, worrying about paying for my own nails, worrying about what I'm gonna eat, paying for what I'm gonna eat, paying my bills, fixing my own car, paying my own rent, doing everything by myself. Like, I need someone to share my worries with. I need to be taken care of. Like, guys, I'm so exhausted. Like, the other day, my car broke down and I had to call a mechanic by myself. I had to stay with the mechanic to fix the car by myself. I had to stay under the sun with the mechanic by myself. And I was just like, nah, this independent girl lifestyle is not for me, because why am I under the sun with my mechanic at 2 p.m. in the afternoon? Nah. Where's my husband? Yeah, it's time. Just come and find me, because, yeah, I'm tired. No. Yeah, I'm tired. If nobody's gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. See all this, I'm self-made, I'm this, I'm getting my own money, I'm independent. Let's be honest, okay? Let's start saying the truth. I'm tired. I know you are too. So please, let's wrap this up. Find me my husband, please. Find me.
Well, looks like this girl was wanting a man to help her out how things used to kind of be. I mean, toxic feminists just really fought for that kind of independence. And now some girls want things back to the way they were. So good for them.
I failed to divorce my husband when I knew I saw all the red flags that I needed to see. I knew when he started sleeping on the other side of the house over 8 years ago, the bitter conversation coming from him, putting me down every day of my life, making me feel worthless. I saw all the signs there, and I knew it was time. But I kept saying, I'll just hold on until the kids are grown. Then, well, I'll hold on because I don't want the grandbabies to have a divided place. But after a while, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? It's not worth it. Divorce hurts. And divorce at 66, when you don't know what tomorrow's gonna hold, is scary. Not that I don't trust God. Oh, I just don't know anymore. Forgive me for not going live tonight. I'm here by myself, and I need to be here by myself right now. This is not how it's supposed to be. I'm sorry. I'm going to contact my therapist, and I'm going to schedule and get in as quickly as I can. I'm hurting. I've never been here before. I'm hurting. Please just pray for me. And I want to tell y'all that I've got it all figured out, but I don't have it all figured out. Today is not going to be a day that I can smile. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's crazy how life humbles you sometimes, isn't it? You know, it's just all of your life, you try to make your relationship work, but in the very end, you still have some regrets, right? Super sorry for you.
Can someone
tell me why dating in your 30s is so bad?
It's because you're in your 30s, love. You haven't got it anymore. It's not getting better. This is a map of just your overall value to other people in the dating market. The girl value starts off pretty high at 18, peaks at 22. That's the age that men of all ages prefer, is 22. And it just goes down pretty quick on the way to 30 and 40 and then stays low. You'll notice that there are 3 colors here. That men get 3 lines. We have privileges. This is for male physical attractiveness. Not a lot of women are really into 18-year-old boys. Some are, but most are not. So men peak in physical attractiveness at about age 27, and they start to decline too, just like women, but a couple years later. But also, women are interested in men for money, and men tend to accumulate money as they age, which gives men an extra boost. So this is their overall attractiveness. Like, this is when a guy is most physically attractive, and this is when he gets financially, like, probably at the top, around 40, somewhere around there, making him the most attractive as a dating partner, as someone to date, dating partner, at somewhere between 27 and the time that he gets as rich as he's going to get. So you are 30, and you're on the dating market, and you're probably dating men who feel that they want to find somebody, in the same part of the market as them. It's just rough in grown-up land.
Damn, bro drew a whole graph with different points and different colors just to explain that. I mean, that's some next level commitment. So hats off to that, seriously. I mean, he did have some decent points that kind of made some sense though.
Sometimes being a single mom makes me feel completely robbed of my motherhood experience. Like, I know deep in my bones that if I had more support, I could show up better. I know I would be more patient. I would have so much more time to just like pour into myself and be a better mom, and also pour into my son. But being a single parent or an only parent means that you're literally doing everything on your own. You carry 100% of the burden. And sometimes I wonder who I would be if I had more support. During my pregnancy, especially when Adrian was younger, and especially now. And then you wonder like how your kid's gonna remember you. And usually when you have 2 healthy parents, someone can just step in when the other one's having a mental breakdown or they need space, and you don't get that when you're a single parent. Or at least you don't get that when you're the only parent. And the kicker is that you can never fully lean into your maternal energy, because you're always shape-shifting from masculine to feminine, because you have to give tough love too. And sometimes I don't want to be the bad guy. Any major life decision, any parenting decision is made completely on your own. And you will spend 50% of the time wondering if it was the right call, and not having anyone to be like, yes, babe, that was right. Or you're not crazy. Or I back you on that. Not to mention realizing that literally 90% of the memories that I make with my son, I'm the only one who will remember, and I have no one to share them with, because kids don't remember stuff. And I know I'm a good mom, but I just know it's not supposed to be this hard.
You're playing both of the roles as a mother in this case, and a father in your family. I mean, that's why it feels so unnatural. I mean, it was your choice, it looks like.
I hate to be one of those women that come on TikTok and cry, and people are like, why is she doing that? I'll tell you that almost 2 years ago, my ex and I divorced after 23 years of marriage. And it's been almost 2 years. It has been the hardest, most loneliest time of my life. I mean, if somebody would have said that I would feel and walked through what I have walked through, I would have said, no, I won't, because I will not make it. I will not survive very long. I just pulled in my driveway from work, and I don't want to go inside because my kids aren't home this week. I also, when I look to the left, I see our basketball court and 2 basketballs in the yard, and I'm not going to move those. They're reminders of these precious children that I have, and that I can't stop. But man, times like this suck when I don't want to go inside my home because there's no one to go home to. No one is in there waiting for me. I will not be greeted by anybody. And that is a really hard place to be.
And isn't this what you wanted, right? I mean, there's no way that you didn't think of the loneliness part before ending your entire marriage. Clearly you weren't ready for the independent life that you craved so badly.
Please, I need a husband. I'm tired. Loneliness is choking me. I need a husband. I promise I will not be shaking Nash online again. I am ready to settle down now, please. I need a husband. I need a husband.
I feel so sad for you, but I also want to know what happened in your life between the ages of 24 and 46, because there's no way you didn't get a chance in all those years. Make it make sense.
Question for the people that have successfully gotten through a divorce. Is it normal to see babies and feel so mad at them, like happy families? I am packing my apartment and it's just bringing up a lot of really sad memories. Packing our vow books, congratulations cards, things like that. And it just makes me think of the timeline of where I wanted to be right now. Like thinking I would be pregnant right now. There's a playground outside of my window in my apartment complex, and just like seeing kids and like seeing families is like fucking killing me. Which is so weird because anytime I've wanted to get pregnant in the past, it hasn't happened. I've been like, I'm so happy for everyone that it's happening for, but like right now I just like, I can't even look like on my For You page. Like if there's like people talking about their fertility journeys or people who are pregnant, like I literally like can't even look. Like it's making me so upset. And yeah, it's weird to cry on the internet, but I don't know. I just feel like I can't be the only one dealing with this. And I feel like the different ways of emotion mourning this marriage have been happening every day, but today the family one really came out, and like feeling really alone, and then hearing people complaining about all their like kid stuff and like how they don't get sleep because their baby's awake and stuff. I'm just like, I wish I was dealing with that. I don't know if it makes any sense.
You could have had all those things and more for yourself if you just would have understood the dynamics of society and hadn't tried to play girl boss, for a lack of better words. The regret is coming due to your own bad decisions, which is fair.
I just like, I guess I was engaged for like 3.5 years before I got out here. And I came out here and I'm like, not like, I guess like.
Why didn't you stay with that guy?
Huh?
You were engaged, and what happened to that? That's the one. How'd you f that up?
Yeah, he was really good and all, but also I wanted to move out to Miami and Florida. And
to be a whore? You
Yeah.
throw away the gates of heaven with your partner to be a
move with myself.
I'm gonna up.
No,
She gave up a 3-year marriage to go to Miami.
Oh, yeah,
What the so good about a palm tree and some girls? What are you talking about? A 3-year marriage for Miami. She said, well, he didn't let me go to Miami.
She said men.
She threw away a 3-year marriage. Sorry for making her cry. Oh,
I'm sorry, we just been through a lot and I don't know what else to do.
All right, well, I guess
I'm gonna burn it.
the truth hurts. All right, well, look, if y'all want to leave, we're throwing our mics around. That's fine.
Why do girls always bring up failed engagements like it's a badge of honor of some sort? I mean, and if you think it's honorable, where are those tears coming from? Right? Like, where's that reverse psychology coming from? And the cold truth stings, though. We know that.
It ain't probably mine since you want to be negative and you probably cheating with multiple neg.
Yeah, like that's not something somebody want to hear when they find out they're pregnant, especially when we was planning this. Like,
Oh, so
this
y'all
is
were
crazy.
planning the pregnancy?
Yes,
So why did he say that?
I was cheating. But hold on. He was cheating first. I'm a full-blooded Scorpio. I got a tattoo on. Karam, you
I'm a Scorpio too.
So yeah.
But I'm a good Scorpio. I don't do revenge.
Well,
Listen.
I can't never let nobody have one up on me.
Okay,
so
then.
that's what that was.
Who did you revenge cheat with?
My ex.
Oh, you went back.
Why y'all keep doing that? He cheated first. He cheated first. Like, what?
You can't just act like that and blame it on your zodiac sign. I mean, even if he cheated first, you could have just ended the relationship promptly and right then and there. I mean, instead of throwing yourself at the first moving man you can find. What you did is not better than what he did. Both of you were in the wrong. Anyways, that concludes this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel to never miss content like this in the future, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay strong.